How to create cover images for your Instagram videos with Adobe Spark. Coming right up. Hello and welcome. My name is Claudio. So glad you're here. For those of you who are first-time visitors, thank you. And if you're returning, thank you as well. I also want to give a shout out to Adobe Spark for sponsoring this video. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to share with you how I use Adobe Spark to create the cover images for my IGTV videos, as well as the ones that I use in my Reels videos, like the ones that you're looking at here. So I want to walk you through my process and share with you how you can create your own cover images just like that. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Here I am at the main page. I'm going to click on the blue plus sign and start from scratch. And here I'm going to choose Instagram Story. That's the size for Reels as well as IGTV, the 9:16 size. So here we have it ready to go. And what I'm going to do here is go over to my backgrounds. I'm going to start with the backgrounds first. Something that I like using, kind of a geometric shape in the background. So what I'll do here is head on down to the geometric menu here and look for some different themes here. So we have retro style, we have geo patterns, mini geo, digital wave. Well, I'm going to go over to the folk geo patterns. Again, this is a preference, but it is showing you something very subtle that I can use as part of my background. I like using this woven patterns. I'm going to click here and kind of look through all the different ones and walk you through. So this right here, this one looks interesting. I'll choose that one right there. So I'm going to go ahead and resize this to fit the whole screen, or I should say the project there. And I could choose to add it to the background. What happens is it'll lock it down, but then I'm not able to make it transparent. So what I'm going to do is give it some transparency. What I really want to do is just have it there in the background, kind of subtle, not, standing out like that. So I'll go a little bit subtle, and that looks pretty good there. So I'll leave that the way it is. And now what I'm going to do is head on over to icons, and here's where I can find shapes like rectangles and circles, things that I can use kind of in my lower thirds or kind of a frame for an image. So let's go ahead and add, let's go with a circle. Use a perfect circle, and we're going to add that right there. And I'm going to bring that down to the lower left corner. And let's go ahead and change that color. Whatever is your brand color, I recommend definitely using that. As you can see, I have my brand colors here. I'm gonna go with this grayish color. And then what I'll do is I'll duplicate that and just kind of bring it on top of the other one. It's the same color, so it's hard to see. Let's change it to that lighter blue. There we go. Kind of do something cool like that. And maybe make it less opaque, a little more transparency, something like that. And what I can do down here on the bottom, maybe you're doing a series of videos for your Instagram TV or maybe for your Reels. You can use something like that as maybe a marker, maybe episode 1, episode 2, 3, or so on, whatever you're doing. So let's go ahead and go with that idea that this is kind of the next video in the series of videos. So I'm going to say, let's go with episode 3. I don't know why, maybe because of Star Wars there, episode 3. There we go. We'll bring that down here, and let's see if we can, maybe about right there. And let's see the color. I'm gonna go with that light blue maybe, or this one. Let's see what happens if we go darker. Maybe let's go with that one right there. Episode 3, and see what happens if I go with there we go. That one looks pretty cool. Make that 3 stand out. So what I did there is went over to the alignment, the magic option to capitalize and fit. That looks good right there. I think I'm going to leave that where it is and start adding some more content on here. My next step will be adding a title for this cover image. So let's go to text, and I'm going to add my own. So let's say this is a project I'm working on, or again, sharing a series of videos. Maybe this one's photography tip, or maybe you're cooking or whatever your hobby or whatever your passion is or what you're sharing, you can use this. So let's say photo tips. So that's going to be this episode 3 of photo tips. And let's see. Let's go ahead and do that. And if you want to, since these two fonts, I'm going to show you that, is Source Sans Pro. This one up here is also Source Sans Pro. Maybe change the style, maybe have a secondary one. So let's see. There is the main style. Let's make the main style. The second one right there where it says tips, I'm going to keep that, maybe make that color with a gray, maybe go a little darker. There we go. And I may end up changing that just to make it stand out, going with a secondary font here. So let's look for something that will kind of go well with that. I think I just passed one that I like. There we go. Let's try that one there. Tips. And it could be because it is all caps. Let's see what happens if I change it. Let's see. Let's find out. League Gothic. Let's see. Tips. Nothing's really standing out to me here. This is, let's see. Let's go with that one. Photo tips right there. Now what I'll do is bring in a photo that I'll use for the cover image. So let's go to Photos. Let's upload a photo from my computer here. So let's go ahead and find one. And there's a photo that I'm going to be using for this cover image. Let me go ahead and make this a little bit larger. And what I may do is crop that a little bit here. So let's go to crop and share. And let's make that a little bit smaller there. Maybe go freeform a little bit. Let's go about right there. And now I can make this larger. With the picture set there, since this is talking about photo tips, I'm going to look for a camera, a design of a camera that I can use as part of this cover image. So for that, what I'm going to do is head on over here to Design Assets, which there are thousands of images, illustrations, types of artwork that you can use to bring into your project. So I'm going to type in camera here and let's see what are the results. I've got this camera here. There's about 19 different illustrations. So let's see all of them. These are all the different ones. Kind of some fun looking ones, artistic ones. I think I'm gonna go with this one here, which is kind of almost the way my camera looks like. And what I'll do is minimize this just a little bit and maybe use it right here at the top as part of my promotion for this cover image. So I think it works out just great. The colors match the colors that are on that camera. If for some reason I wanted to change the color of the camera, I could come down here to filters and play a little bit with the filters here with the duotone. You can go through here and just add some different colors to make it close to the color you want it to be. I'm going to leave it the way it is because it looks just perfect for mine. Let's go back to turning off this filter. And there we go. I think that pretty much looks great. I'm ready to post this to Instagram, but I got one more thing that I need to do here, and that is to export this image. So what I'll do is head on over to the download option here and save it as a PNG or a JPEG. So let's go ahead and do that. You want to make sure if you do choose the PNG option to save it as a solid image. So we'll do that right here. And awesome, I am ready to go. I can go ahead and share this in my Instagram TV videos as a cover image. And if I want to use this in Adobe Rush, I can import it as an image, place it at the beginning of my timeline, trim the length. Usually it comes in as about 5 seconds or even a whole second. You could trim it down to hundredths of a second. So it just is a placeholder. So when you use it in your Instagram Reels, you'll see the image itself. I'll kind of show you what mine looks like a little bit later here. So what I'll do next is name this as photo tips, and let's go ahead and do that. Actually, let's go photo tips cover. And since this is episode 3, I'm going to put 03. And what I'll do is take advantage of the ability to create a template out of this one. So if I go, let's see here, right here, share, make a template out of this one here. So we'll call this photo tips IG cover, and we'll save it in, let's see, a library here that I have already, maybe. If not, what I'll do is create a brand new one. We'll call this photo tips cover template. And we'll save the template, let Adobe Spark run its magic. And basically, I can use this as a starting point to the next cover page and have some consistency in the way that my Instagram TV videos look, as far as if you land on my Instagram account page, as well as my Instagram Reels. You have that consistent look. You're branding your content. So let me go ahead and let this finish up here. And there we have my photo tips cover was saved to the cover template library. So if I click view here, I can go ahead and see that. There it is. If I click on preview, I'm able to see that as a preview. And now I can just go ahead and click create here. So this is starting off from that template that I created. So now my next step will be to come in here, change this from episode 3 to episode 4. And then what I can do here is replace this right here. We'll replace this image, upload a new one. Let's go ahead and try this out. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see, what do we have up here? Let's go ahead and try this one here just for demonstration purposes. It should fill in that same spot, and I can continue on using this as the template for my future episodes 5, 6, and so on. There we go. That is the next image. And then I'm ready to download this and use as my next cover page. One of the advantages of starting a project like this on your computer in Adobe Spark is that it's cross-platform and you can use it on multiple devices. So I can easily open up that project on my phone here, edit it, save it on my phone, and vice versa, go back and forth. So I can continually work on my projects wherever I am at. I mentioned earlier about using Adobe Spark to help brand your content on Instagram. I want to show you my Instagram page right here. As I scroll through, you're able to see that I'm taking advantage of this feature in Adobe Spark and creating multiple copies or duplicates using a template, or just creating a duplicate of each one, so I can alternate between the different styles, but still maintain a consistent look to my brand in my Reels as well as in IGTV. Well, I hope this video was helpful, something that you can use as you brand your content on your Instagram TV videos as well as in your Reels. If you have any comments or questions about this video, please do leave it in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell to be notified for future videos, and please do share this video with others. Thank you once again for stopping by, and as always, be good to one another. Peace.